Howdy folks, TJ here. It's time for another Atari 2600 versus Odyssey 2 game-a-thon, whatever we want to use the word for, but basically a comparison of similar games. So in this case, on the Atari 2600 this time around, I'm going to play Asteroids. On the Odyssey 2, I'm going to do UFO. Now I thought I owned the Asteroids game. I think I do, but I couldn't find it. But fortunately for me, and I haven't used it that much, but I bought it years ago, I have this very cool Harmony cartridge. What this is a SD card device. Hopefully that's coming in. And this little SD card, you can put ROM images on and be able to play those games on a 2600. Fortunately, I had the ROM handy, so I'm going to go ahead and try it on the Harmony cartridge. So let me go ahead and plug it in. Now, what may also be a little different from this video, I don't know if I've used this Sony yet on these two. I think the last video I did, I had the Magnavox TV, and it couldn't get it to work, and I forget if I tried this one or not, but we're going to try it on this Sony LCD screen. I've got everything connected up. So let's go ahead and turn on the power. And I need to get some volume on here. Let's get it up to, I don't know if it'll be too loud, but how about, 40 might be too much. How about 36? The perfect 36 in San Jose for you guys that were in Bay Area folks. So, and then we'll talk about UFO afterwards. So I'm going to pan in here. We're going to try, I haven't played this for decades, so I could really suck as normal, but it's going to be like I just bought it out of the box and trying it for the first time and see how friendly it is for a terrible video gamer like me. So let's get the camera in closer. Hopefully that's close enough to kind of give you an idea. All right, well, here's the big test. I'm going to turn on, I've got the difficulties to A, TV types color. All right, turn it on. Well, that's a good sign. So you can see it says Harmony, and use the joystick here, and I think I stuck it in Homebrews. So I'm going to go down and select Homebrews. This is the little SD card that came with the Harmony cartridge. And down here, there's Asteroids. All right, the game's come up. Cool. So right off the bat, the video, well, I probably shouldn't rate the video because I think normally until you start the game, everything does this little color changing. So I guess I hit game reset. Oh, okay. So kind of like what I remember. Whoa! Oh! Yeah! Whoa! Oh! So I don't know if I started out with 3 lives. My thumb's already getting tired. Colors are pretty good on this. Oh! And since I don't have instructions, I don't know if there's any, I forget if this has a move. I don't know if there's any little hyperspace thing where you can zap to some other place. I don't remember. Oh, what was that beep, beep, beep? Alright, I'm doing alright. For somebody that just picked up the game. All the asteroids are kind of nice and colorful. Oh! Oh! Cool! 7190. Not bad. So, right off the bat, asteroids look, you know, everything's blocky like a 2600 would be, but gameplay was fun. The little ships that come flying out at you are kind of fun. Yeah, it's Asteroids. That's what I remember from it. So, cool. For somebody just buying it for the first time, I would give it a good grade. You know, that's kind of a fun game. I could see me sitting down for hours playing it. So, let's try the Odyssey 2 with UFO. So I'm going to pan the camera back. We'll talk about UFO for a moment, and then we'll come back and I'll make the connection. So, UFO. I'll open up the box. Your typical Odyssey 2 cartridge. Looks like a little Odyssey 2 catalog. That's cool. Let's open that up quick. Because if I bought it for the first time, I would be flipping through this, right? So it's a little catalog that has all the, looks like different games that they're trying to sell you. That's cool. And then the manual. All right, UFO. So I briefly played this one a number of months ago. If I remember right, I have to use the right joystick. I think if I remember right, I started playing and the joystick wouldn't work. But this is a similar game. So here's the little booklet. And it basically is just instructions on how to play the game. Let's see if there's anything in there that I have to show you. No, I think I'm just going to wing it. Most of my games are all winging it. I haven't played it for a long time. Alright, Odyssey 2 time. I just kind of played back my video and noticed the way I had the lighting was a little weird on my Atari play. My shadow was in it a bit, but I think it's good enough for the video. So I turned off the light this time, and maybe that will help. So, I've got the Odyssey already connected up. Select game is on. I'm trying to remember if I hit 1 or what, but I'm going to grab the right joystick button, hit 1. Whoa! So this is kind of similar game. The asteroids aren't big asteroid-looking things. They're asterisks that are flying around. But the game is a little different in that you shoot. The shooting is not directional where you're telling it where to go. It just seems to be generic. And you fly around and hope the bullet kind of goes towards the asteroid. But you know, it's kind of fun. At the same time, there's a little randomness to it. And you're just trying to steer more to not hit those things. No idea if there's levels in this. Oh! Now that explosion looked kick-ass. That was cool. I would say I kind of like the Asteroids more than the Atari. But these are kind of cool. I would say the spaceship on this game is cooler, and the little round thing that's flying around the ship is kind of cool. You have to kind of get used... Oh! Used to the non-directional shooting. It's like, if I'm pointing up, you would think you... See, I'm pointing up right now, and it's not... It kind of slowly gets there. It's a generic shooting pattern, which is weird. So I don't think there's levels in this that I see. You just go for high points. Oh! 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 Boom. Yeah, so on the points on the left, so 49 was my high. I'll play one more round here. I'm going to have to give these two games maybe an equal. I kind of like the Asteroids more in the Atari. The ship is cooler in this game. The Asteroids are just, kind of flickering, nutty things, which are kind of cool, I guess. And again, the randomness of the shooting is definitely something you have to kind of play with, I guess. So when that ship comes out and starts shooting you, since you can't really point at it, like right now, it's flying at me, and I'm just hoping that one of my bullets goes that direction. But it's I would say I feel a little bit more uptight right now playing this game, which is a good thing. I normally like games that really stress me out a little bit. Oh. But I'm going to give them an equal. I'm going to give them an equal on this, I think. Let me pan the camera back, and we'll close things out here. Reset. There you go. Cool. So, UFO, lots of fun. I think there's some positive points for it. Again, the ship is really cool. The little things going around the ship, it gives it a little bit more animation, a little bit more character. The oddball shooting mechanism of it, something you have to kind of get used to, but I found that in this game I was feeling anxious, uptight, wanting to, I got to play better kind of thing, so that draws me in, I think, on the Odyssey. So maybe a very slight leaning towards UFO, maybe, just because I was born and raised on the Odyssey versus the Atari. But, they're about the same. So that's points on this. And then on the Atari, the original Asteroid, I remember back as a kid. I like the actual shape of the different color asteroids coming out. You could actually kind of propel the ship. You feel like you're in space. You push it, and it kind of has that momentum going with it. So the flying around is kind of interesting. And the little different ships that come out, you can actually point and shoot at, which I kind of like. You're shooting in the direction you want to shoot versus this one's a generic pattern or whatever. But, cool games. Both, I think, I'm going to give it a tie on this one. Yeah. So that's this week's, or this month's, or whenever I get to the next one, I got to figure out the next game. That's a light game. If you guys are out there that are Odyssey and Atari folks, I've already done Casey Munchkin versus Pac-Man, and then I did Space Invaders versus Alien Invaders, and then now this one. So what's the next one? I've got quite a few Odyssey cartridges, about 25 to 30 of them. I don't have tons of Atari ones, but I've got this Harmony cart, so I'm sure I can probably find a solution maybe. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you later, guys. Actually, I wanted to come back. I decided to read the Odyssey booklet. I'm sorry I don't have one on the Asteroids game. I could probably download it and read it, but at this point, I'm not going to go through the motion to do that. But it's kind of fun when you actually read the little manuals. It kind of tells you a story about the game. And that's one of the things about the Odyssey, is that it gives you a little bit of a story, and I'm sure the Atari ones did too from my memory. But it tells you, what's going on. And so let me read a little bit, because I started reading about the shooting and stuff. And I think it's kind of helpful. So one of the things it starts out with, it does say, you are now in command of one of Earth's Federation's robot-controlled battle cruisers. It is displayed at the center of your screen. And then it talks about it's armed with a laser cannon and a protective energy force. So I guess that's the thing that's going around the ship. It's energized force field. Yeah. And as I read more, I kind of started learning about, I was just holding the power button down and going, grrr. But when you're doing that, the force field is weakening. So maybe it doesn't behoove you to just do that. You need to maybe take your shots a little bit better. And at the same time, it talks about the force field. If you shoot too much, it is diminished. Or if you hit something, it gets diminished. But it gains a little bit of energy back. So you want to kind of keep that force field around you as best as you can. So it talks about that. What else did it talk about? The shooting. So around that force field thing, there was a white dot. So as you move to a direction, the cannon does seem to rotate towards it. So it does start going directional. But to me, it seems like it takes a long time to get there. So it's not instantaneous. You point up, it's not shooting straight up. It's going, and it's finally going that direction. So maybe for the ships that are shooting at you, you need to be a little bit farther away and then gain a new angle on it and go and shoot straight, and hopefully that cannon kind of follows you as you're moving towards your target. So that was interesting kind of reading. Anything else? It talks about the UFOs that you encounter and how you'll blow up if you touch stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of cover that. So that's kind of cool. It is a single game, so you play until you once, and when you die, you start a whole new game again, which seems to be a lot of Odyssey games like that. It's not like you got 3 lives or 4 lives. Some of them have that, but this one is shoot until you're dead, and then you're truly dead when you crash. So, yeah, so that's the Odyssey game. Again, sorry I don't have it on the Atari, but I'm sure it probably says something about your spaceship nebula out in the asteroids, and you need to shoot them up to save Earth or something cool like that. Anyway, thanks again for watching. See ya.